Hi, friends. I'm back once again for the last time as we are talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, and this time I am joined in my office with Steve Holt. And so go ahead. I didn't introduce myself very well, but at this point it's the last episode, so if people don't know me, then they haven't been paying attention. So
Yeah,
yes,
Steve, I'm an Episcopal priest here in Baltimore at Church of the Guardian Angel.
awesome. And a good friend at this point
Yeah, yeah,
over the past year of chaos that is surrounding us in our world.
yes. It's things happening right now. It's at least the good part is it is bringing people together to fight back against them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um, So, which is very much like the tail end of this movie. Like, the interesting part throughout the series has been like trying to like pigeon like what cut off. Why are you? Surely not. I don't need you to do the fancy thingies. It's because I flailed. Uh, Pardon me while I make the camera not be smart. I'm really glad that I do all of this in one take and all of the shenanigans. Okay. Yay, camera controls. I will not flail so that I don't trigger the thing that one makes. Well, neither of us should wave to the camera because that will make the camera follow us because
okay.
it's smarter than me.
There you go.
The best is I'm lazy and I take the audio and just chop it from the video and put that on like a podcast channel also. And so the people that might randomly listen to this get to hear
No idea.
that the camera moved and they don't know what that means, and that's fine. Um, so yes, at different parts in the film it's been hard to like say like this part of the film is like with a particular track,
Yeah.
but this one is like perfect. Like
Yep.
it's immediately at the end of the last song.
Hmm.
We have Rumi coming in and it's just like it's probably the most badass scene, or tied with Rumi's conversation with Celine about allowing the Hanmoon to fail.
Hmm.
So, what are any initial thoughts or observations or things you'd like to talk about?
I mean, I think part of what I really liked about this song is you kind of is the I feel like you have to the contrast song is golden,
Yeah,
right? It's really sort of what they set up with golden and I've got three small kids, so kind of I'm thinking it's the story structure, not the first person to point this out, is very similar to the two Frozen films,
yeah,
right? And golden does the same thing that Love is an Open Door
mm,
and Some Things Never Change do in the first two Frozen films,
yeah,
right? Where it kind of Anna has these songs that kind of set up the character's expectations for how everything is going
mm,
to turn out all right. And then turns out that love is not an open door.
mm,
It's not the prince that walks in and you fall in love at first sight. And turns out that some things do change.
yeah,
That actually the list of things that never change is nothing.
mm,
And coming to terms with that is kind of the journey of the films of like understanding what love is, understanding the dynamics of change and how that's part of it, right? And so Golden, is kind of the song, but I remember hearing it the first time, like from the soundtrack, and
yeah,
then seeing it in the film and being like I had heard it and I was like something off,
mm,
right? In the same way, like some things when you first listen to Love is an Open Door, some things never change. You're like, it's upbeat, it's happy, it's energetic, it's very catchy. It's like if you listen to it though, it's like it doesn't. It's like that's not quite
yeah,
not quite it.
yeah,
Um, especially like Rumi's verse, and she's really talking about sort of like yeah, like I'll be shining because I won't be hiding because I won't have anything left to hide.
yeah,
Like that's sort of the character's expectation is established, and you're like you see it in the movie, and you're like oh this is early on in the film. I know why it sounds off.
yeah,
They know, right? Like
yeah,
the filmmakers know.
yeah,
They have not like golden is not actually what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And so you have kind of that expectation kind of plays out over the rest of the film, and you kind of then you come to this scene and you have it, and Rumi's realized like nothing I said in that song is really what's actually going on right now,
Yeah.
because I have not come to terms with who I am. I have not accepted who I am. I thought I could stop being who
Yeah.
I am. And I figured if I could stop being who I am, that would actually make my problems go away.
Yeah.
Um,
And in a way, like the other girls also have like these like parts of themselves that they hold with shame, that they're just like, I can just get rid of the thing, then the shame is gone. Um, between like the get rid of the polarization of living as a Korean and American, like how to like navigate that. Well, like if it's just not a problem anymore, then it doesn't matter. And I did it again. And stop following me. Um, the whole idea of now I at least know how to fix it faster. Um, like, because Mira is like looking for family kind of
Mhm.
thing, and like she stonewalls herself to just not connect with people that way
Mhm.
because that fixes it. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about familial expectations if there is no family.
Yep.
And they both like that's like a part that like draws them towards the demon side leading up to your idol.
Right. And they've all convinced themselves that once the golden honeymoon is in place, then
Yeah.
none of the things that they're hiding from, none of the things that they're lying about
Yeah.
are going to still be there.
Yeah.
That the things that they're concerned about are just going to go away.
Mm.
And that the solution here is make the problems go away, right? They've been able to make them temporarily go away, right? They're able to sort of hide these things from other people, but
Yeah.
they keep coming back, and they're like, here is a permanent solution. I am going to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop being this person that I am that is problematic. And once that happens, I will have family, and I will have an identity, and I will have like everything. So I'm just going to fix it.
Yeah.
Um, and so then that leads you directly into your idol, right? It's
Yeah.
sort of like the golden path leads into
Yeah.
like right there, and it's like that's the trap.
Yeah.
Right? That's how they end up in that place of listening to the demons and being stuck there. So then when Rumi and Gima are having this conversation,
Mm. Yeah.
and Gima's claiming the victory,
Yeah.
right? And Rumi is finally actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
And she's just very quietly responding, right? It's like, yeah, like you lost. Golden Honeymoon's gone. Your friends have left you. Like your band has been destroyed. You have nothing left. She's like, yep, that's right. It's like, so now you have to give in to me. It's like, see, that's that's actually not what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
It's like now I'm gonna stop lying.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing you can't actually handle.
Yeah.
Right? Like the demonic forces, the one thing they actually can't deal with is somebody telling the truth
Yeah.
and being okay with the truth.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's kind of you're like, it's like, yeah, they didn't. And then that moment when she's like, it's like, yeah, no, like I, you're right about all of those things, and I'm not going to reach the same conclusion.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you take me to the place you're trying to take me
Mm.
with that. Then she starts in with, nothing but the truth now, nothing but the proof of who I am. And that kind of leads into where the song goes.
Yeah.
Really, it's like, and the song itself, like, okay, this is actually true stuff.
Yeah.
This song the filmmakers have kind of been like throughout it as they're telling the story, they've intentionally put misinformation in the characters' perspectives, right? Every other song before this, there is clearly intentional misinformation, right? It's like the character misunderstands something. The character is not is talking about not hiding and not lying, but we know what's actually happening, or like we know what the demons are doing. Like we know that they're trying to draw people in. It's like we get to this song and it's finally it's like, okay, and now we're gonna actually sort of Rumi actually coming to the realization of where we were going with this and what this story is actually about, which is not trying to get rid of the patterns. Not trying to hide who we are, but figuring out how together we actually accept ourselves, accept one another, and have kind of that bond of trust. So it becomes this powerful moment because there's been so much misinformation even in the songs up until this point. And so once you build up to it, then having a song that it's like, okay, I'm actually I actually don't disagree with any of the things in this song now. Like this song is now actually sort of nailing it.
Well, that's like how she had a taste of this in Free.
Yes.
And like Ashley and I, when we were talking about that, we were like so disappointed. And I think everyone's disappointed when she goes back and her friends decide to be honest and vulnerable. And she not reciprocating that leads to the falling of everything else. Which makes me wonder like what would happen if she had came to this realization earlier.
Well, she and Jinu aren't being true with each other in that song either.
That's fair.
They're sort of like it's like they haven't quite worked it out yet, right? It's sort of it's like they have not. They're heading the right direction at that point, but they have not quite figured out that like how painful it is actually going to be to tell the whole truth. They're both still struggling with kind of it is that there's like a journey, and they haven't quite arrived yet. And I think that's where you get sort of the like you can see where she needs to get to, but she hasn't made it there yet.
Which is but shows the power of that being fully vulnerable. Because it's her pure vulnerability that breaks Mira and Zoe free from the controls of the demons, however you want to phrase that part. But like it's almost as if they were ready for it and then she wasn't, which made them like that rejection sent them back to where they were.
I think they were hoping for it, right? Because they knew if she was reaching that point, then it would create space for them to reach that point. But she wasn't there yet. And that's kind of, and so then that kind of it reinforced kind of the patterns that already existed. Kind of sent them back into sort of their own corner. So like that kind of that looking for it and not finding it and realizing like, okay, we've got to pull back because that's not what's happening here.
I feel like it is kind of first like in activist circles when you talk to activists that have small children and have watched this, there's like oh yeah, of course, burn down the old thing and let the new one be born. But I think there's still a lot of really cool stuff in allowing like this old system that is polished like gold to fall so that everyone can authentically connect to build like the rainbow Hanmoon instead.
And I think one of the things I enjoyed about this is that there's a recognition that there is pain in that process. Like it like, and that's kind of, I think that's like a big part of like what it sounds like is like, it's like we broke into a million pieces. You know,
Yeah.
it's like there's kind of this repeated imagery of like, it's like we had to, um, you know, we were cowards, we were liars. Like it's like there's a lot of truth naming that has to come with that. And it's
Yeah.
like it's not like calling yourself a coward is a
Yeah.
painful realization to make. And a lot of, you know, so the language of that song kind of recognize that it's like it's not like burning it all down is that that hurts. Like
Yeah.
it's not sort of, we're not going to sort of paper over the fact that like that requires like broken glass, like that
Yeah.
requires like being able to sort of be vulnerable in ways that are painful, right? And that hurt. And I I'm I'm going through right now, um, you know, how to spiritually direct people through the Ignatian spiritual exercises.
Mm.
And we had this conversation about, you know, because one of the questions that comes up is, you know, if somebody is not going to completely work through like all of the exercises.
Mm.
And a recommendation was made. It's like, you know, if you're gonna stop somewhere, if somebody's not ready for like the fullness of the exercises, going through the first week is an appropriate place. Like it can be a meaningful place, and then stopping there at the end of the first week. And part of the discussion was, you know, it's like the first week. Those who aren't familiar with the exercises, like there are 4 weeks of the spiritual exercises, and
weeks is a very loose term.
right, they're not. It's not a. They're more kind of like it's like 4 different
Phases of a journey.
4 different phases, 4 different like related themes. Um, and the thing is, the first week is not the one that you would immediately think of as kind of like that's what you would want somebody to experience if they weren't going to experience any of the rest of it, right? Because in week 2 gets into Jesus's life, week 3 Jesus's passion, crucifixion, week 4 the resurrection. In some ways, they could seem like easier content to work with. The first week is about sin. It's about death.
Yeah.
It is about the pain of our alienation and isolation from God. It's about hell,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of, so it is not it's not what you would immediately think of.
Yeah.
But oh, I moved my hands now.
Oh, well, that's great because having you on the camera better.
So and and in thinking through it though, the conclusion I reached was like actually it is. For the exact same reasons what like that I like what it sounds like. And
there we go.
And I think
lead
there we go. You lead into it. Because the preparation period is a lot of kind of God loves you and like it's a lot of like warm fuzzy stuff.
Yeah.
But I think especially in the modern context, like people say warm fuzzy things to us because they are setting us up for something, right? Like people make us feel good, because there's a catch. There are terms and conditions that are applied, right? So we're told that we are good. We're made to feel good feelings because we're going to be sold something, or we're going to be told that we have to, okay, like that's what we do to get you in the door, and now you have to become one of us and you have to change. So we kind of reflexively know that something is coming, that we're going to be asked to do something, that we're going to be asked to change in some way, because warm fuzzy feelings are always the prelude to something else.
Yeah.
And the first week smashes all of that.
Yeah.
Because the actual point, when you really get down to it, is that God already knows.
Yeah.
Right? It's like God already knows the things you're trying to hide. You are not actually hiding them from God.
Tend them closer to
you. Like you are not actually hiding those things from God.
Yeah.
God is even more aware of them than you are. And all of the things that you were praying through in the prep period are and were still true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that it's like you're like it's like okay, but now God's gonna like you get through and that it's like and now God's gonna find out about and I'm gonna be like I have to change, I have to fix something. It's like no,
Yeah.
everything that just got said in the prep period was already true, even when you were engaged in whatever kinds of sinful patterns or behaviors or whatever like it is that you're trying to hide. And in fact, that has not in any way, shape, or form affected the way that God views you.
Yeah.
And so kind of that type of um like there's pain in that process. There is like a recognition because it's like you're not hiding this. You have to learn to be honest with it.
Yeah.
And when you learn to be honest with it, what you're going to discover on the other side of it, and what you discover in the first week is that it's like, oh wait, hold on a second. There wasn't a catch.
Mm,
God already knew. Did not expect me to fix myself.
Yeah.
Did not expect me to change. And in fact, even when I was not fixing myself or changing, God was still present in that. Oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This is a fundamentally different thing than what I thought. It's kind of the change from like golden to what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is a fundamentally this isn't just energetic, upbeat. Like if I check the boxes and do the things, then
Yeah.
I will get to. It's like, oh no, this is in the midst of the brokenness,
Yeah.
in the pile of broken glass that I have become. God is already at work and is simply inviting me to accept that God
Yeah.
loves me as the pile of broken glass I have become. And
Oh,
so
it
this,
like zoomed in on you.
yes. Um, but
Never gonna make it back on. Okay. Come over here. Yeah. But not all the way over here. And then I want you to stop doing the thing. Thank you. And now I can try to. Oh, why are we zoomed? It's too smart for us. There we go. That's something. Smart camera and ADHD is bad.
yeah.
It's whatever.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it kind of that shift kind of tracks with kind of like the movements of the first week. And so like it's
Yeah.
like so you get to the end of the first week, you kind of get to the end of K-pop Demon Hunters, like, and it is an appropriate place to end if you want to end there.
Yeah.
Right. To say like, you know what, if you can accept that God loves you exactly the way you are,
Yeah.
and that you do not need to hide anything from God because that's not going to change your relationship with God, then you have reached a very important spiritual truth that is worth
Yeah. Sitting with.
sitting with, right?
Yeah.
That's a it's like, but it works. It's like you have to kind of, it's like the sin and death and hell conversations, like they're not, we don't like to talk about those things because we actually all kind of are aware of the pain. We're all aware of that
Yeah.
stuff that we're trying to hide, and this is the only way to sort of actually recognize like real love and acceptance is to be able to acknowledge it in a safe place.
Yeah. And to kind of take that and turn it a little. So I did the Ignatian exercises with a Jesuit priest. And the fancy, for people who care about it, 19th annotated version, which just means I don't go on retreats. It's a part of life. Which, like, the insane part is committing to an hour of prayer every night and until you're done. and the 4 weeks took me 18 months. And my director was like, I feel like it's a world record. And then when I got my new spiritual director, who is familiar with the exercises, but not like trained to lead it in any capacity, um, but is queer, was like, it probably took you forever to get to week 1, because before you can even start week 1, you have to feel like you're lovable and that you can be loved.
Mhm.
And that's really hard for queer folks. And so I like my week 1 journey, um, as I was like preparing for like ministry and everything, wasn't about like personal sin. It was more about like, shit, I need to like stop living as my false self. Like, how do I enter into ministry just as me, knowing that me in all of my wholeness is beloved by God, and to let go of like the systemic sins that were holding me back, which
Yeah.
was like really powerful. And like, so I hear the parallels to my journey in the exercises and what you're describing with like this unburdening that the trio are going through, to really be able to let it, like, there's so much freedom in letting go of our false selves.
Yeah. My first week journey, um, at the time I was still undiagnosed with my autism and ADHD, but I still became very relevant because my first week journey through kind of that awareness of sin,
Mm,
it's like I was like, yeah, I can accept that I can accept that there is a version of myself that is lovable. I am. Yeah,
yeah, for me, it was like, oh yeah, God loves people, and then my director would be like, but what does that mean for you?
right. Yeah. And the awareness of sin part actually involved setting aside a lot of things that I considered
Mm,
like kind of sinful behaviors and patterns, and kind of the the laziness and the procrastination and the
mm,
things that I've more fully come to understand. It's like that's actually like part of who I am. That's not
yeah,
really like those are things that are it's like yeah, like I don't like there are ways that I'm like I relate to people weirdly, and like
yeah.
it's like yeah, that's actually that's
Just,
just autism.
just Steve.
Like it's like that's the autistic part of your brain like just functioning differently. Like it's not
Mm,
actually a real issue. But I didn't I didn't have the diagnosis at that point, but like that kind of stuff where I was like, I really want to like figure how I can like work harder, like and
mm,
really kind of like and the guy was like, no, we're not. That's not like you do not understand what's happening there. We'll get to that later. Your sin is pride.
mm,
I was like, I don't know about that. I don't think I'm better than other people. It's like you think you should be better than other people,
mm.
and you constantly beat yourself up
Oh,
because you fail to live up to those expectations.
mm,
And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like no, like
oh,
you're like it's like you don't let yourself be a human being.
yeah.
Your spiritual director always points out to you, it's like that if you talked to your parishioners
The way that you
the
talk
way
to
that you
yourself.
talk to yourself, it
Yep.
would be pastoral malpractice.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, yeah, no, I mean, I
Yeah.
fully agree. It's like, okay, so are you? No, no, I'm not going to stop doing it. Like it's like, and
Mm,
it's like here's the thing, like if you know that like those are unrealistic expectations for other people,
mm,
but you continue to hold them for yourself, like it's not that you think you are, it's think you ought to be,
yeah.
and you're killing yourself because of this pride,
Yeah.
because of the sense of like I have to actually be better. I have to actually, and I know I'm
Mm,
not, but like I have to keep trying to be because I'm supposed to be. I'm
mm,
supposed to sort of achieve more. I'm supposed to like do more. It's like I'm not supposed to let myself have normal human expectations. Like, so you think you're more than a human? It's like, okay, when you put it in those terms, I can see it's like, okay, and I had to like
Yeah.
sit with that. And that was like that was a lot of the journey was kind of like recognize it's like, oh, that is a form of pride. That's
Mm,
what that is. And I have to actually, and like, it's like my journey through these exercises is gonna like come
yeah.
back to sort of that like God's not asking me to be more than
Yeah.
who I am,
Yeah.
which is a human being with human limitations.
Yeah.
It's like, and trying to exceed that is not God's plan for me.
Yeah.
Um,
The
yeah,
the way that you're describing like the encounter with that level of understanding of yourself just reminds me of the like kook doctor, like that's trying to see the
yeah,
whole.
yes, yes,
It's like that level of knowing that yeah I did it again. Stop with the thing and then go back to the like oh it's trying to zoom. I swear. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We flail too much, and I don't know how to turn off the fancy part of this
no,
because I don't
okay,
run Windows, which has the software to actually
I
turn off the fancy thing
got it. That'll do it.
because I have a problem.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah. So I think there's just to like name like the uniqueness of our conversation because a lot of times people talk about the power of the exercises and the language of the exercises is like deeply evangelical. Like the understanding of sin and death and resurrection, like that language can sound and did sound triggering for me when I went through it, and I had to do a lot of like, especially since like I like worked with the Paul translation or however you pronounce his name, like,
Hmm.
and so like he's like Ignatius was a former military guy, and so he uses militaristic language, um, but there's still so much power to this rhythm of like letting go of your false self
Hmm.
and journeying with Jesus
Yeah,
through it all. And yeah, I'm clearly a fan of it, and
yeah,
and would highly recommend it for anyone.
yeah. Well, and it's kind of like, and I think sort of since we're kind of at the end of the film too here, like it's
Mm,
like it kind of like understanding, right, like this film as kind of like the journey through the preparation and
mm,
into the first week, and like and that being a good stopping place. And
yeah,
my understanding is they're working on a sequel.
yeah,
But it's like I'm like it's like it would be interesting because the piece I think kind of where what it sounds like reaches like is like you need to accept who you are,
yeah,
like and be loved and like
yeah,
and recognize that in the midst of the brokenness is similar to the like the spiritual exercise. Like if you want to stop there, that's
yeah,
like a really valuable spiritual truth.
yeah,
And it's also the spiritual truth that you need in order to then walk with Jesus,
yeah,
right? Because if you haven't encountered that truth yet, you're not able to walk with Jesus in freedom,
yeah,
right? It's like that the freedom to be able to do it not out of a sense of obligation,
yeah,
not out of a sense of like I'm expected to do this and not how to but like you have to be able to kind of freely walk
yeah,
through that second week and especially through the third week, right? That it's like this isn't that once you've reached that point, and this is the thing that I want them to in the sequel address. Like once you reach that point, the world around you gets much harder,
yeah,
not much easier.
yeah,
Because the truth that you have encountered now challenges every structure
yeah,
that is built on the lies.
Yeah. And because, like, I feel like the foundational lie of their truth is like the inherent lack of worth of demons. And we see in Genu's ability to get his soul back
Hmm.
that there is this level to the system that is like questioned but not like dismantled
Hmm.
in that first film, that like takes you to a deeper like, I might be free, but like how do we like free everyone else? Um,
And they've, you know, it comes up a little bit, but like worth exploring, like the culture of stardom.
mm,
It's like they became stars because they projected images,
yeah,
right? It's like that's what
that'll preach.
that was what consumerist capitalist culture does.
Yeah,
Like it's not it's like you developed these personas and these false selves and images
yeah,
like as coping mechanisms for a world that rejects true selves,
yeah,
right? Like it's not, and that's a journey that a lot of people it's like I like as an autistic person, it's like masking is not something that I developed because the world is friendly and lovable and accommodating towards people who are autistic.
yeah,
I developed that because it was a necessary survival tool,
yeah,
right? And like lots of people develop these images because bringing our true selves into the situations that we found ourselves was not safe and
yeah,
was not okay. And so you have to be able to kind of actually recognize that's like the true self that you have had to hide from the world because well, kind of sucks, um, is loved and accepted by God.
mm,
And now you are invited along with Jesus to go back into the world
yeah,
as that truer self and embrace that conflict in a new way,
yeah,
right? That it's like, because it's the lies are going to come back, the
yeah,
suffering is going to happen,
yeah,
right? Like, this is like, I'm glad that they get a happy ending in this film.
yeah,
And if they actually continue to live into that truth, what is actually going to happen to them? If
yeah,
they actually start to question the like, hey, like, can demons be redeemed?
yeah,
Right? If they ask those questions, it's like, do
yeah.
we do we keep presenting ourselves the way that celebrity culture
Expects it.
expects us to present ourselves in order to like remain as like
Yeah.
stars, right? It's like
And
the
we see some of those fragments at the end, post spa day, when they just like are just casually talking to fans,
right.
as opposed to like
I
the
don't
norm.
yeah, it's not really a critique of the film because it is sort of like it's like the
Yeah.
you can see where the seeds could lead that direction,
Yeah.
right? You can see where it's like, yeah, like the end of the first week, you're not making the decision and sort of like and encountering sort of the journey of like it's like okay, like cool, God loves me just the way I am. I am ready to go out and get crucified right now. It's like
Yeah.
okay, that
Yeah.
that's the let's that's a journey that you have to go through to get there. And I think that's kind of that would be given sort of where this film ends.
Yeah.
It's like and thinking about it in in terms of the exercises, like be interesting to sort of see if sort of the discovering what the world is really like. The another story structure. It's like going into the world, discovering
Yeah.
that the world hates you
Yeah.
and fights back against you speaking the truth,
Yeah.
and going through that death and resurrection process in order to recognize that no matter what happens, living into that true self is still
Worth it.
worth it, is still leading you into the fullness of what life actually is. It's like that would be an interesting place to sort of
Yeah.
go with it. And that's
Yeah.
another kind of
Yeah.
recurring story motif.
True. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you.
fun. Would you like to share any way for people to connect with you if they stumble upon this somehow and would like to connect?
Oh, that's a
A
good.
lot of people, the answer they give is just Father Yost, and they'll connect. But like,
Yeah, Father Yosten. I think that's the
I'll-
best way. Let's go with that. Yeah.
I apparently have collected friends who like don't have strong social media presences, and so it's just like I have zero problems being a spiritual RA, connecting people from one place to another.
Yeah, I use email more than anything, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I can share that. I mean, you have that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very cool. Well, thanks again,
All right, thank you.
and the bell is tolling, telling us that it is about time to be done.
Yes.
So thank you everyone that joined, either live or on through the recording. So take care, and we'll see. And pester me if you think that I should ramble on about how Dispatch is awesome too. So have a good one. Oh, I guess I need to not do that. There we go.